Hey y'all, I'm finally back with another video, and today it's actually my first ever drawing compilation video, and all I'm going to be doing is just showing the recording process and drawing process of a few drawings instead of just one. I did one a while ago just for a single drawing, but today I actually have three that I'm going to be showing. Recently I've been really getting back into a lot of like old movies. I used to be really obsessed with them when I was little, but then recently I've been kind of getting back into it, and it inspired me to draw a few old actors from Hollywood in my style. So let's get into it. So the first actress I'm going to be drawing is one of the most iconic for sure. Her name is Hedy Lamarr. A lot of people probably know her face or can recognize her from her photos, even if they haven't seen many of her movies. She was born in 1914 in Vienna and began her acting career in Europe in the early 30s. One of her most iconic films was Ecstasy, which was a romantic drama and known for being one of the first non-pornographic films to portray nudity. It got it banned in a lot of countries, and she proceeded to star in 25 films with varying studios, including Samson and Delilah, which was probably her most popular film, Algiers, Ziegfeld Girl, Boomtown, a lot more. I've actually only seen one of her movies, which was Come Live With Me, that had her and Jimmy Stewart in it, it was actually a really cute movie. I really enjoyed it. The main reason that I decided to draw Hedy Lamarr, even if I've only seen one of her movies, was because she is responsible for what we now use or consider Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. She was an incredibly intelligent and talented inventor, and during World War II she did a lot of her own independent research. Some of her inventions include improved aerodynamic designs for airplanes, modified traffic lights, frequency hopping spread spectrum, which would prevent torpedoes from being intercepted by enemy forces, and as I said, her most famous invention was the secret communication system, which laid the groundwork for all modern-day Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And because of the sexism of the time, her research wasn't taken seriously at first by the US Navy, even after they eventually did accept her research and start using it in their own studies. It wasn't until actually fairly recently that people started to learn through documentaries that she was responsible for so much contribution to the scientific world. And later in her life, in interviews, she would say that she was just doing her part to help win the war, which was incredibly admirable in my opinion. Like, if I were her and I contributed a ton to the war effort and I wasn't credited for it, I cannot imagine being just okay with that. Like, she wasn't like angry about it, at least from what we know. Like, she just wanted to help however she can. Like, she also helped to sell war bonds, which helped a ton during the war effort. She was just an incredible person. Like, she used like everything she had, all of her connections, to help wherever she could, and she never really wanted or took any credit for it, which is incredibly admirable to me. I don't normally draw real people that often. I typically stick to like anime characters or whatever, but this is the first time in a while that I've recreated photos of real people, and while it is difficult at times, it's actually really fun. And I discovered while doing this video and drawing these actresses that it's actually very good practice for getting rid of same face syndrome, which, if you're not aware of what that is, it's when artists struggle to basically make their faces look different, because typically a lot of artists who draw people, they tend to stick to one style of face. But drawing real people, and actually, because like with anime and stuff, like most characters look pretty similar. Especially if the style is the same, it can be really difficult to come out of that and practice with actually making your characters look different, or like finding your style. It can be really difficult. But with real people, it's a lot more, it kind of forces you to look more at the details, like, okay, what makes this person look different? Like, how far apart are their eyes? Like, where is their nose situated on their face? How how big is their lower lip compared to their upper lip, like just tiny details like that. At least for me, it makes it a lot more fun, I guess. Like drawing regular characters and stuff is fun, but I also enjoy the challenge of like trying to recreate a real person in my style while keeping them looking like how they normally are, while also keeping true to my style. And now the next actress I'm going to be drawing is one of my personal favorites. I am a huge fan of her movies, and that is Audrey Hepburn. I used to watch the movie My Fair Lady on repeat as a child. That was one of my favorites. I absolutely loved her in it. Audrey Hepburn was born in Belgium in 1929, and as a child in World War II, she would live in the Netherlands, and she would work as a courier and an underground ballet dancer to help raise money for the war effort. So from a very young age, she was doing a lot of work to also, like Hedy Lamarr, do her part in assisting with the war effort. One of the things that she was most known for was her extremely thin figure, which was actually caused by the Dutch famine of 1944, and it ended up severely damaging her body for the long term. So one of her most iconic things that she's known for ended up actually being a severe problem for her, which was very sad. And because of the famine and because of her health issues, she was no longer able to do ballet. And she ended up pivoting from ballet to minor acting roles and modeling gigs in Europe. And her breakout role, which got her into film, was on Broadway. She was the lead actress in the musical Gigi, and her fame there led her to her first film role as Princess Anne in Roman Holiday, which is also a very good movie. And her acting in that earned her an Academy Award. And she continued acting throughout the 50s and 60s, with some of her biggest films being Breakfast at Tiffany's, My Fair Lady, Sabrina, Funny Face. And she ended up taking a break from acting in 1967 so she could raise her 2 sons, and she would only occasionally take on roles after that, and she would officially retire from acting in 1989. Something that Audrey was incredibly well known for, and as well as her acting, was her empathy. She was known for being an incredibly caring and generous and selfless person. And she was also very well known for becoming a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, which after her retiring in 1989, she would basically become like her main thing after she left Hollywood. And she would continue her humanitarian work until 1993, when she died of cancer at the age of 63. I think Audrey was probably not the easiest, but maybe like the second easiest of these 3 to draw, just because she's the one that I've seen the most of in movies, and so I kind of have a decent grasp on like what makes her features recognizable. So like the shape of her eyes, her eyebrows, and I really like the look of her short hair, which is why I chose a picture of her with her short hair and for this video. I think the most difficult part was her mouth. Believe it or not, like mouth shape can really change the way that a person looks. Like just like how the size of like their lower lip compares to their upper lip can change their whole look, or like whether they have dimples or not. I noticed when I was drawing, she has kind of like a bit of a gap between her upper and lower lip, like she almost like she doesn't have her mouth closed all the way, and so I tried to just emphasize that with like a little bit of a thicker line between her lips, just to make that more distinct. And then the next actress I'm going to be drawing is Judy Garland. I'm pretty sure she doesn't need an introduction. Everyone knows Judy Garland. And actually, she's part of the main reason why I wanted to do this, because I have been obsessed lately with The Wizard of Oz. I enjoyed the movie as a kid, but I kind of didn't really appreciate it a lot. I was kind of at a phase when I first saw it where I was like, oh, I don't care about this is like for little kids. But just recently, like, that movie has given me so much joy and motivation. So thanks to Judy Garland for inspiring this video. Judy Garland, something I actually didn't know about her until just recently, is that Judy Garland was not her real name. She was actually born Frances Ethel Gum in 1922 in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, and she was a stage performer from the age of 2, and she would perform with her 2 sisters until they were teenagers. Something that is typically very well known about Judy Garland is that she had a extremely rough childhood. Her mother, who was also her manager and her sister's manager, she would regularly abuse Judy and her daughters. She was also the one responsible for Judy Garland's drug addiction, which she would struggle with for the rest of her life. Judy Garland was signed to MGM when she was just 13, and at 16 she would star in her most famous role as Dorothy in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz. During filming, despite her incredible talent, studio executives would regularly criticize her weight and appearance and only allowed her a diet of chicken soup, coffee, and cigarettes, and they also approved of and would supply her with drugs so that she could stay awake for the long filming hours, which included amphetamines to keep her awake and barbiturates to keep her asleep. So she was basically constantly on uppers and downers for that whole movie, which is incredibly sad to know. Judy Garland would go on to star in over 30 films throughout her career, including Meet Me in St. Louis, A Star is Born, Easter Parade, and Ziegfeld Girl, which also starred Hedy Lamarr. She would go on to marry 5 times and have 3 children before dying of an accidental barbiturate overdose in 1969. Her children, who are all still alive and well, also work in Hollywood and are dedicated to honoring their mother's legacy. I think Judy Garland was the most difficult one of the 3 to draw for sure. Not really because like she has any like difficult features or anything to draw, but it was like a matter of learning her features and also being trying to like recreate them in my style, because like I think Judy Garland is extremely pretty, don't get me wrong at all, but she's not like a conventional beauty. She's not like a Hedy Lamarr kind of beauty. It can be pretty easy to, as an artist, especially if you're just starting out, it can be pretty easy to kind of fall into the trap of like making everyone you draw look like a supermodel, because it's kind of just, as humans, we tend to like want to favor towards perfection. At least that's how it was for me. So drawing like not like flaws, but like little distinguishing features about people that might not fall into like the supermodel category, that was kind of a challenge for me, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think a lot of artists, when we tend to draw, we tend to like favor towards like perfection, I guess, like we make their eyes like perfectly apart, or we make the nose smaller, or we make the lips like bigger. So drawing imperfections can be a lot more difficult. Like for Judy Garland, when I was drawing her, I noticed that she had kind of a larger forehead than the other girls, or her eyes were a little bit further apart, or her nose was smaller and more wider. And trying to recreate features like that in my style while also like keeping true to her beauty, that was kind of a challenge for me, but I'm very happy with how she turned out in the end. I think she looks super pretty, and I had a lot of fun drawing her. She was a good challenge. And that is the end of me drawing Hollywood actresses. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please comment below. Please like the video, and I will be back with more eventually. No, I plan on getting more consistent with uploading very soon. Summer's kind of starting to get more consistent for me, so things will fall into place very soon. I have more videos on the way. I have a lot of ideas for videos on the way, and I'm having a lot of fun making thumbnails for them. So there will be more to come, and thank you for watching. Have a good day.